Hi class, I wanted to show you guys a real quick sequence that I love to do on the wall. It's just really talking mainly about two postures, triangle and revolved triangle. So I have Nellie here as my model who's going to demonstrate how to utilize the wall. So today I want you to take your device, your cell phone, wherever you're following these two postures, and I want you to come to the wall. The wall is truly a gift for your yoga practice. You can come into your alignment, your form. It helps provide a stable foundation. So Nellie is up at the wall here, and she's warmed up, and she's going to start with triangle. Nellie's going to start with her left foot against the wall, and her right foot about 3.5 to 4 feet, about 90 degrees, facing the fence over here, Nellie, okay? Generally, the heel is going to intersect with the arch or the heel. It kind of depends, okay? Let's first start with the hands, both hands on the hips, Nellie. I want you to draw the right hip forward and the left hip up, just to kind of feel that foundation or feel that connection of the hips. Great. Let's bring those arms out now. I want you to start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning first. Inhale, create length. Exhale, reach towards the fence to either the shin. Nellie happens to have a block here, so we're going to utilize the block. If you don't have a block, you can use the shin. She's going to breathe into the back hip, the back foot. She's going to extend that left hand up to the ceiling, keeping the body in one plane. Left top ribs back, right bottom ribs forward. Nellie's going to stay here 10 breaths, breathing into that back hip. Beautiful, Nellie. Inhale and rise. Beautiful. How did that feel, Nellie?
Felt great.
Great. Let's work the other side. So this time Nellie's going to take the left foot, press it against the wall. She's going to take right foot against the wall. She's going to take the left foot about 90 degrees, taking either the block outside of the foot, if she's going to utilize the block, and she's going to place the hands on the hips. And this is important. I actually want that ability of you to rotate this leg, Nellie, from inside out. Do you feel the difference there? Placing the hands on the hips, Nellie is going to draw that left hip forward, that right hip up a bit. Feel that connection. Beautiful. Come back up. Let's start from the beginning. Inhale, we create length. Exhale, we reach towards the fence, and we lower to the shin. Rooting down into the ground, fingertips towards the ceiling, keeping the body in one plane. Right top ribs back, left bottom ribs forward. We'll stay here 10 breaths, breathing into the back hip. If the neck bothers you, you can gaze at the ground or to the floor, but if you can, again, fingertips towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Breathe into the back hip. Inhale, root and rise. Beautiful, Nellie. Let's step forward and just have you do a kind of a cleansing breath between this. In a cleansing breath, we simply inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Let's do it again, Nellie. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's go back to the wall. And this time, we're going to start with the right foot out in front, left foot pressed into the ground here. Yes. And the heel is intersecting. The back foot this time now is 45 to 60 degrees, a complete difference. Should we start with the block kind of on the inside for the beginners,
Sure.
or do you want to do the more advanced form?
We'll show both.
Okay.
We'll switch it.
So Nellie we'll get her into triangle, and then maybe towards the end if you want, or in the pose at the end, you can kind of maneuver the hand, okay? So right away on this one, the hips are facing me. The back foot is stable and firm. The foundation of this pose really is a stable back foot and stable hips. She has her right hand on her hip. She has the left arm up. Inhale, she creates length. Exhale, she takes the left hand inside the block here. And for here, we're trying to really show a mid-thoracic rotation. If she can, she's going to extend the right arm to the ceiling. Right top ribs back, left bottom ribs forward. Good. Stay here for a while. If we're new to yoga, we might keep our hand on the hip for stability. We're going to stay here several postures. Nellie's now going to make it a little bit more advanced, but still go after this mid-thoracic mobility. Right top ribs back, left bottom ribs forward. Right hand on the hip for stability. Gaze at that big toe, Nellie. Press the left hand into the ground and rise. Let's adjust and switch feet here. This time she has her right foot 45 to 60 degrees and her left foot out in front. She's going to take the block. Do we start with the block on the inside? Okay. If you and again, if you don't have a block, what do you do, Nellie? Where do you place the hand?
On the shin.
On the shin, right? So this is just utilizing the wall. Immediately that feeling, can both hips face forward. Pressing through that back foot. Right hand on the hip, left hand on the hip, draw that right arm up. Inhale, create length. Exhale, come forward. Right hand to the block. Left hand on the hip. If we can, we're going to extend that left arm up. Rotating that upper mid-thoracic. Beautiful. We're going to stay here about 10 breaths. Nellie's practiced before. She might take that hand and go a little bit farther down outside of the left foot, but still honoring that mid-thoracic. Left hand at the hip. Gaze at that big toe. Press the right hand and rise. Beautiful. So those are two of my favorite postures utilizing the wall. And the wall can be a great tool for you to practice for your alignment and form. How do those feel, Nellie?
That felt really good. Great hip openers. Again, I mentioned this in another video that I have like a sciatic issue going on. This felt amazing. Like I can feel a little bit of release. Obviously, I need more time holding the poses and a few other poses, but this is a start.
Absolutely. Yeah. And triangle, the one thing about Nellie touched into the pelvic hip girdle, and triangle and revolved triangle are amazing for that. If you noticed, triangle takes that femur head bone and it kind of rotates it externally. And then revolved triangle, which is a more complicated posture, takes the femur head and rotates it internally, right? And so that is part of the key to this pose feeling so good on her hips and her mid-thoracic, and it's really, really about self-care. Yes. So thank you, students, for checking in. I wanted to share these poses and how to utilize the wall. Have a wonderful day.
Namaste.
Namaste.